Hello, my friends. K. Ross Newland, candidate for President of the United States for the Republican Party nomination. And I'm doing this video to talk about the domestic issues that face us. First and foremost, obviously, we have poverty and crime and hunger and homelessness and riots and disunity in the United States. And keenly, the government cannot do anything about that. That is strictly the work of the population of the people of the United States. And as long as there is a spirit of disunity, a spirit of violence and hate and intolerance, we're never going to get anywhere. So the very first thing I have to say is the future and hope and everything about America rests on the back of its people. The government can't fix this. This has to come from a change in the spirit of the people. Now that will, of course, be in accordance with an act of God. But aside from that, government does have some jobs to do. I really do firmly believe we have to change the tax system. I really believe in a flat tax for all Americans. But at the same time, I would like to see the first $20,000 be refunded back to people, so that if you make $20,000 or less, you wind up not paying any taxes. I just think the burden on the poor is enough, and we need to go ahead and give them some form of tax relief. But ultimately, a flat tax across the board, 10%, whatever it takes, we have to actually do the math to figure that out. As far as immigration goes, we do have to secure our borders. There's no doubt about that. But I come from farm country, and I've spent a great deal of my time working in a farm in Michigan. And I got to tell you that farmers up in Michigan count on the migrant workers. They're an absolute vital part of the fruit industry in America. We use temporary laborers who will come up and pick the apples and peaches and pears and plums and the nectarines and the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the blueberries and the strawberries. All of that is done in a short period of time by a bunch of people who work very hard, long hours. And we don't really have a lot of Americans who actually will do that work. And of course, once the season is over, that's it. The farms close up and those folks are done, and they have to go back to wherever they're going to. And once again, American folk aren't necessarily interested in doing that. They are very important to the fruit industry, and so we do have to make sure we don't harm farmers in the process of trying to maintain a more secure and safe border. But we do have to do that. Now, with regards to the minimum wage, I have been the quintessential undercapitalized entrepreneur for many years, and I can tell you minimum wage harms small business and undercapitalized entrepreneur. So somewhere along the line, we have to find a balance because, and I can give you a simple, quick explanation. A guy owns a putt-putt range, and when the minimum wage was $5, he had 5 teenagers working there, $5 an hour throughout the summer season, and broke even. They made enough money off the place to pay the taxes. Well, when the minimum wage went up to $8.35 or whatever, they closed. And now there are 5 teenagers who don't have a job for the summer. And minimum wage jobs are necessary. If you're an undercapitalized entrepreneur and you're busting your butt 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 or 3 years, and you finally reach a point where maybe you could hire somebody to help you for $3 an hour, guess what? You can't, because it's illegal. Even though you might have a friend who would be more than willing to do it, it's illegal. Not only that, but as soon as you hire them in for $3 an hour, then you got to pay for workman's comp. So these laws that you are thinking need to be enacted in order to make sure places like Walmart and Kmart and McDonald's all pay more money for their laborers, that's all well and good, but we have to structure something in a way that it does not impact the small business owner. and the undercapitalized entrepreneur. And yes, despite what some candidates have said, as President of the United States, I am responsible for every undercapitalized entrepreneur. With all of the different aspects of things that are chasing and affecting this country, most of them are in the control of the American people. Government cannot create jobs. Government cannot bring peace and harmony. Government cannot legislate morality, and government cannot legislate people getting along. If we, as the American people, will start taking care of each other and quit sloughing that off onto the government, then we can bring this nation back to the greatness and even be greater than it ever was before. That is entirely up to you, the American people. Nobody running for president can change that. So that, my friends, is the challenge for you. If you want somebody who will help lead you down that path, that would be me. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with more candidates who are the elitists and who are the career politicians, and they will continue to do things the way things have always been done, and things will continue to get worse. We don't need somebody who can run government. We need somebody who can lead the nation. Thank you for your time. Have a blessed and wonderful day.